In 1962, the world was a very different place.
My role in tonight's event was to bring the audience some history about the civil rights anti-apartheid movement at Rutgers, because I was around during those days, and much of what happened I don't think is very commonly known.
I fought apartheid because it was the last vestige of legal racism in the world.
But why did apartheid fall? It fell in part because people of goodwill all over the world says we're not going to tolerate this. And students at Rutgers played a very important role in that process.
As students, we very rarely get insight into information about Africa unless we are Africana majors or unless we seek it out for ourselves. So to have an event where it brings it to all students, no matter what their degrees are in, that just enriches the conversation and provides information and access to resources that wouldn't necessarily be available.
Change doesn't happen without some committed people and without people who are prepared to put a little something on the line for their beliefs. And these guys just exemplify that to an extreme degree.
Think about how we need to forgive and how that can help us to love others, including ourselves.
Now we get on to deal with the essential problem of the human soul: greed, bigotry, and that resides in every race and every nation. See? Now that we're beyond race, let's go for some of the other flaws in the human spirit.
I thought it would be great to bring them both together so that students could get to interact and, hear both these men that played such an important role internationally in facilitating Mandela's release in South Africa.
Your 60th birthday reminded us this struggle was your life. But by then, your life had become our struggle. As we buried Hector Peterson and 100 slaughtered children on the scorched streets of Soweto.
In South Africa, they have this notion of Ubuntu, which means we are who we are because of how we relate to others, and not just one person can do what needs to be done.
As Dr. Howard said, and several other people said, activism is the way of change. And youth, as he put it, middle-aged, bald-headed men with mortgages don't make change. It's the youth in every society, in every generation, that makes change. So you need to have information so you'll be more effective change agents.
I think the important lesson for students is that they can have agency.
The anti-apartheid struggle was an international, and it was also a generational struggle.
Now, some 20 years later, looking back and seeing that some things were accomplished, and in any case, even if there were failures, they were sort of great tries, that one has a sense of satisfaction, I think, from making the efforts.
I thought it would be important for the current generation of students to understand what a generation before them did, and to try and connect that and see what lessons can be drawn for today's movements.
I want to bear witness to my generation of what this 27 years has meant, because it has been our entire lives.